Hey guys, and welcome to the Miss Kena channel. If you are new, my name is Huldah, and today I'm going to be filming what I usually do at the beginning of every single month and at the beginning of the term. So just a little disclaimer, in my school, every single term has 4 different blocks. So we are like literally halfway through. It is exciting, and I am trying so hard to be more organized this term and to be more productive. So the end of every single month, I always do a little financial budgeting. This is so I am accountable to myself about how much I am spending, especially now that I live practically on my own and I'm in charge of my own finances. It's always good to know where I'm spending more money, where I could spend less. And I really do think this new month of March, I'm going to be more smarter about my money and, find more ways to be more economical. So I literally have a bunch of receipts, that I keep. This isn't all of it. This is just like towards the end of the month. Like I always do, like halfway through the month, I always do like my first budgeting, and I actually have an Excel file that I have on my computer, which I keep track of all those numbers. So I usually keep track of essential stuff like food, if I get my hair done, taxi fare, tutoring, traveling. There wasn't really any traveling this month. Just things like that. So I do want to say that when you come to a new country, it is so important to learn the conversion between the kind of currency you're used to and their currency. So for an example, I'm used to knowing, how much value or how much I have spent according to the dollar. And so here in St. Vincent, the currency here is EC. So knowing the conversion from EC to dollar and back and forth has been really important. And so I highly encourage that whenever you are in a new country, please do the conversion and know how much you spend, because literally, like, money is like spent like this. And before you know it, it's the end of the month and you spend a ridiculous amount of money and you're like, where did all that money go to? So it's important to know where your money is going to, what you did better last month compared to this month, and so forth. So now I'm going to be organizing my planner. So if you've been watching me for some time, you know that I emphasize using the planner so much because that's how I keep myself organized. That's how I keep like personal and academic things organized. So I already actually got started on organizing things for today. So, I just have a series of tasks that I do every single day, like calling my parents, maybe watching a video for class that might be helpful to my studies. Of course, reading a certain chapter in a certain textbook. So I have that daily planner, but then I also have the monthly as well. So that's really what I'm going to be working on. So I have a series of things that I do every single month, every single specific days. Like every single month, there are things that I do on specific days, and I can keep track of those. Anything else that comes, of course, I can't control it, and I'll add it as it comes along. looks like things are pretty set in my schedule. Let me show you guys the final product. Things do change. I actually realized as I'm going through the syllabus for one of my classes that block 3 exam quizzes and exams have not been posted. So I can't add that on. Things do happen. So sometimes I have meetings for Phi Chi and, just meetings in general, TA meetings. Whenever sometimes I meet with my professors, that has not been added on. So things will get added on to the schedule as I go along in this month. But it's most important that what I have set here is really kind of set in stone and things just get added on as I really go. So I'm glad I'm done with that. So the next thing that I really have to do is really get to the new material that I learned today for the start of block 3. So the way I actually start out in studying for every single term is actually different, and it actually changes, and I think it changes for the better. Like for instance, I always now record my lectures, literally audio record for my own purposes to go back and I listen to them as I'm going through the PowerPoints, and as I'm going through my PowerPoints, I take notes on the side, and yes, the professors do go fast, but I really try to get along as things are going, and then when I come home, whatever I have missed, I will add on to it, and then I will make flashcards out of the things that you can really make flashcards out of things that you need to remember. And really every single class is really different. So like there is nothing like really set in stone. You kind of get better as you're going, and based upon like your scores for exams and quizzes, you learn to change things, to improve it, or to really stick with it. So that is basically how I study. It's really an improv. You just really improv upon it. Like what works for everybody is not going to work for me. And so I have to learn what works for me and stick with it. So something I learned is I am a visual learner, and I really do like to see my notes in color coded, and PowerPoints that are color coded really, really like stick to me. And I memorize things when there are photos or something that is realistic, something that has happened in real life, or something I can relate to, something that has happened to in my own life or happened to somebody I know. I remember that disease, that condition, that medication. I feel like that is how I study. Someone's probably watching what I'm doing and saying, this takes a great deal of work and timing, and that would be correct. It really does take a lot of time to do this, and honestly, how I take it is that medical school is not a race. What you learn today, you don't have to regurgitate, remember every single thing like that same day, because you won't literally. You just have to pace yourself. So today you get maybe half the lecture through, you're able to make your flashcards and so forth. Next day you pick up. So actually, and certain days too, like you are in school longer than others. Like today's Tuesday and I'm in school till 5 p.m. So I'm not able to get as much done as I would if I am done tomorrow, which is Wednesday at 3 p.m. So you have to consider that. Utilize all the time that you can and get things done. So I'm going to show you guys now what I typically do when I'm in class, whenever I pull up my PowerPoint. I just have like, when I'm in class, I just pull up my PowerPoint to half of my screen, and I put my notes on the other half of my screen. And I'm saying this because obviously I can't film in class and physically show you guys, but I'm gonna show you guys here. I'm gonna insert a video in here of how I'm able to do things. So actually quite a bit of time has passed by, and I'm actually going to end this vlog. I hope you guys like the kind of content that is in this video, and if you have any questions for me about how I study, how I memorize information, yeah, one thing that I didn't show was making my Quizlet, but I'm pretty sure everybody's familiar with making Quizlet by now. So right now, they have this awesome feature which is really helpful to me because of the Wi-Fi here, that you don't have to be on the Wi-Fi to actually practice Quizlet flashcards. So it's a really good feature. It helps me, and as I mentioned before, I turn some of these notes into flashcards, like what I showed you about muscles of the upper body. So I can literally go and list, 5 muscles of the upper body. Boom, 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 boom. It's just good for like memorizing. I know them quickly and I can recognize them right away. Certain arteries, nerve connections. Those are the kind of things that I make flashcards out of. So if you are a medical student and you are watching this and you have a method that you use, and you really want to put it down in the comments and share it with all of us. I have never claimed that I know it all, and I don't know it all. So please do share it with us. Put it down below in the comments. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.